Good morning to all of you. Let's now do two questions from topic of registration. So go to the super sums. In super sums, question 11. In super sum, question number 11. Okay, that is the first thing that I want to do for today. Are you there? Question 11 on page 6. Question 11 on page 6. Chalo, shall we start that question? See. Q Limited is engaged exclusively in supply of taxable goods. Can you underline? Exclusively in supply of taxable goods. So what happens? You know, the threshold limit can be increased to rupees 40 lakhs in certain cases. Let's see what happens. From the following states, the particulars of intrastate supply for the month of May are as follows. Okay, so that Q Limited is doing business in different states. Okay, which states? Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat, Tripura. In MP, what is the turnover? In MP, the turnover is 5 lakh. In Gujarat, 14 lakhs. In Tripura, 12 lakhs. Can you take total? 14 plus 5, 19. 19 plus 12, 31. Question is, Q Limited seeks to know whether it is liable for registration under GST. Is it liable? Yes or no? Please think yes or no. MMNT. This is where application comes now of concepts. MMNT. Manipur, Mizoram, Nagaland, Tripura. What is the aggregate turnover threshold limit? 10 lakhs. And here what is the turnover? 31 lakhs. So you are liable for registration in every of the state because it is assumed that you are doing taxable supply in each of the state. It's given also, not no need to assume, they have given you exclusively in supply of taxable goods. So please register. Are you able to recollect these provisions? Yes, no? If it was anything in SAMPUT, then 20 lakhs. And if it was nothing from these 10 states, then 40 lakhs. So right now, your turnover is 31 lakhs. So register in each and every state from which you are making taxable supply. And second question, will your answer be different if Q Limited is supplying only petrol and diesel from Tripura? Petrol and diesel means petrol and diesel means it is not taxable to GST for time being, not exempt. It is not taxable. It is kept out of GST for time being as per that section 9 subsection 2. So what's going to happen if that sale is done from Tripura instead of any other taxable goods? Then what is the aggregate turnover threshold limit? Then aggregate turnover threshold limit will continue to be rupees 40 lakhs. So then you will not need registration in either of the states. This is similar to that Uday's question we had done. That from Maharashtra I was selling taxable goods, from Nagaland I was selling alcoholic liquor. The question is similar. Okay, so check. See the solution, how you had to present. Every person engaged in making taxable supply is required to obtain registration if his aggregate turnover exceeds 20 lakhs in a financial year. Enhanced threshold limit of 40 lakhs. All of you focus on the answer. Enhanced threshold limit of 40 lakhs is available to person engaged exclusively in intrastate supply of goods in specified states. However, applicable threshold limit for registration gets reduced to 10 lakhs in case a person is engaged in making supply from specified category state provided such supply is a taxable supply. In first sub question, since Q Limited is making supply of taxable goods, underline taxable goods from Tripura, that is a specified special category state, the applicable threshold limit gets reduced to rupees 10 lakhs. Thus, it is liable to be registered under GST as its aggregate turnover is rupees 31 lakhs. That is, it exceeds the said threshold limit. Okay, now aggregate turnovers definition to all of you know. Section 2, Clause 6 of CGST Act. You should include exempt supply, taxable supply, interstate supply, intrastate supply, exports of all persons having same PAN to be computed on all India basis. So that's why you included turnover from all these three states, and that's why you got 31 lakhs. Okay, in case, and sub question 2's answer, in case Q Limited is making supply of underline non-taxable goods, getting it, from Tripura, the applicable threshold limit will not be reduced to rupees 10 lakhs. Okay, enhanced threshold limit of 40 lakhs will be applicable. Thus, it is not liable to be registered under GST as its aggregate turnover, that is 31 lakhs, does not exceed the said threshold limit. And of course, one very careful point, we have assumed that we are dealing in any goods other than those 7 goods for which the enhanced threshold limit of 40 lakhs is not applicable. Which goods? That ice cream, pan masala, tobacco, tobacco substitutes, and so on. So see, note is given for that. Okay. 12th question now. Mr. Allen, a non-resident person, underline non-resident person, wishes to provide taxable supply of goods. He has no fixed place of business. Underline, no fixed place of business or residence in India. He seeks your advice on following aspects. So what clicks you? First of all, he is not from India and he does not have fixed place of business in India, but he wants to do business in India. Absolutely correct. NRTP. We are talking about provisions of non-resident taxable person discussed in section 2, clause 77. So when shall he apply for registration? When shall he apply for registration? As given in section 25 subsection 1's proviso, at least 5 days prior to commencement of business in that state. Second, is PAN mandatory for his registration? So we had discussed that usually PAN is mandatory for registration under GST, but not in case of NRTP. NRTP can take registration on basis of any other documents as may be prescribed. And what is the period of validity of registration certificate granted to him? So basically, registration certificate will be valid for the number of days for which he has made application, or 90 days, whichever is lower. If required in future, he can apply for extension of that registration. This all is given in section 27 of CGST Act. Special provisions for CTP and NRTP. One more thing, at the time of making this application, you will have to make payment of GST in advance on estimated basis. Okay, so one more question was asked, will he be able to extend the validity of registration? So of course, as we discussed, answer is yes. And what will be the period of extension? So it will be not exceeding further period of 90 days. Okay, so I think you could have easily managed this. Okay, so that's what I wanted to do from topic of registration, these extra questions. Okay, thank you.